Sweet. Look at that.
Very nice.
All right, there's the master shrimper extraordinaire, giving up his ling-cotton career to go shrimping in Whittier, Alaska.
I like shrimp.
Yeah, how you like your shrimp?
I like boiled. I make shrimp pussy.
Uh-oh. Nice. Cool.
I'm pretty happy camper.
What you got there, Mike? Yeah, me
shrimp
too.
out of Whittier, Alaska.
Beautiful.
Dandies.
Beautiful. We'll be eating those later. This is my really good friend, Mike Mans. I met him a very long time ago when I hired him to be my guide fishing for salmon on the Kasilof River. We became very good friends, and then we were guides together in Homer fishing the saltwater. He still does that, but he's also shrimp crazy and bought a boat and put it in Whittier just to go shrimping. Whittier is a very small coastal town in Alaska, about 60 miles from Anchorage. Very scenic, very small, but full of shrimp. We have about 5 species of harvestable shrimp in Alaska, and today we were out hunting spot shrimp, the largest of the species. Now, today we're making a triple garlic shrimp recipe. Triple garlic because first we use a garlic infused oil, then we marinate the shrimp in garlic and oil, and finally we fry the shrimp in some garlic. I love garlic, can you tell? These are Alaskan spot shrimp. These are the largest of the shrimp species up here in Alaska. And if you're a little squeamish, don't watch what I'm about to do. Because these guys were just caught about 2 hours ago in Prince William Sound out of the harbor at Whittier. And obviously you have to clean them, right? So look at how huge these guys are. Oh, geez, it's wiggling my hand. Anyway, they're pretty good sized shrimp. Some people refer to these as prawns or whatever you want, but they're pretty good sized shrimp. The tails are huge, and we got to clean them though, right? So, like I said, if you're a little squeamish, don't watch this, but we're going to have to twist this body about 90 degrees, twist the tail around about 90 degrees, and slowly separate it from the head to where we can pull out most of the intestine. See that intestine right there? Oops, went back into the head. Anyway, that way we don't have to do a separate maneuver of deveining these. You take the vein out, at the same time you remove the tails. Alright, we'll put that there. You know, these heads make really good stock. I mean, if I had a whole bunch of them, I'd probably make up some stock, but we just got enough for dinner tonight. So, let's get rid of that guy. Got one more to go. We'll show you that operation one more time in case the camera didn't catch it too well. I got the head in my left hand, the tail in my right hand. I'm just going to twist it. Start pulling out slowly so the vein comes out with the rest of the guts. See that vein right there coming out? Yeah. Oops, it didn't come out quite all the way. So I can go ahead and pull it out. And now my shrimp are deveined. I'll do that with the rest of them. I've got about a dozen of them here to cook tonight. All right, well, now that I've got all my shrimp beheaded and deveined, I'm going to go ahead and remove the shells from them. A couple different ways you can do that. You can just start peeling from the head, just around to the other side. Should come right off. Go back the other way. And just keep alternating back and forth until you're left with a nice piece of shrimp. Depending on what kind of recipe you're making, you can leave the tails on, you know, the very end of the tail on, or go ahead and remove it like I'm going to do. I like to go ahead and pinch it here so I get all the meat out of the tail and just go ahead and pull it on out. So there is a very nice piece of Alaskan spot shrimp. That'll marry up really nice with some garlic and olive oil later on. You can use a deveiner if you want, or one of these other fancy tools. I've used them myself in the past, but I find that just go ahead and start at the beginning, end at the end again. It works real well. with all these guys. Don't need some kind of special tool. Just need to use common sense. Be careful because back here it gets kind of pokey by the tail, as I just found out. I kind of want to eat one of these raw, but I'm not going to. But I bet it'd be really good. Okay, I'm going to continue with the rest of these guys and get back with you in a minute. Alright, now that I've got all my shrimp peeled, I'm going to go ahead and add about a couple of tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Let's see what else I got here. I've got about 3 or 4 cloves of garlic that I've run through my garlic press. Or you can mince it up if you'd like. A little bit of salt. You guys know me, a lot of salt anyway. And some freshly ground black pepper. Going to mix this all together and let it sit at room temperature for about 20 to 30 minutes. There we go. Alright, while the shrimp is marinating in that olive oil and garlic, I'm going to go ahead and prepare the rest of the ingredients. Remember when you went on vacation to Albuquerque and you bought a whole string of these peppers? Didn't know what to do with them. You hung them up and they got gathered dust and whatnot. Well, this is a good use for that. I'm going to need about a 2-inch piece of this pepper, one of these dried Anaheim chilies. So, yeah, it looks about 2 inches to me. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the rest of that, put it back in the jar. I'm going to break it up into rough pieces. Seeds and all, if you don't like it too hot, you can take the seeds out, but it's really not that hot. You really have to be a novice hot person to think it was hot. So, just crumble it up a little bit and be nice and dry. It adds a nice little tang to this shrimp. We're also going to need 1 bay leaf and, woohoo, about 8 pieces of garlic. I told you that this recipe is called triple garlic shrimp for a reason, right? So I'm going to thinly slice this garlic and get it ready for the pan. Now, the next thing we're going to be doing is heating up about 6 tablespoons of garlic infused olive oil. I cheat a little bit and just buy this garlic oil that is really good. I've done this dish in the past where I've infused my own olive oil with garlic. However, I discovered over time that it's just as easy, easier actually, to go ahead and get you some of this. What's this stuff called? Garlic gold oil. It ain't cheap, but it's really good. And it's a little shortcut rather than having to infuse it yourself. So, go ahead and finish up slicing these guys up. And I'll get back with you momentarily. Alright, so it's time to assemble all these ingredients into one nice, yummy, delicious dinner. I'm going to turn my heat on to about low to medium low or so. I'm going to add, about 6 tablespoons of this golden garlic infused oil. Sounds like a lot, but you want to have a good layer down there for your shrimp to nestle in. And it's good stuff. Next, I'm going to add the bay leaf, the peppers, and of course the 8 cloves of sliced garlic. I'm going to cook this on medium low. I like to see my oil start to bubble after about 3 minutes or so. But what I'm trying to do is get this garlic to the point where it's tender but not browned. Stir that around a little bit, and we'll just keep watching it till it starts making those happy noises. Alright, my garlic is just starting to sizzle a little sooner than I really wanted it to, so I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit and continue cooking till it's tender. Now you notice, you guys see my show all the time, right? And I've always got my fancy all-clad cookware. However, this is just an inexpensive Tefal non-stick pan. I like it because it is inexpensive and it does a great job. So I'm not a all-clad snob or anything like that. Every dish has its purpose, or every pot and pan has its purpose. So I'm going to stir this occasionally. Starting to smell really good. And my garlic is looking just about tender, but not brown, like I said. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the shrimp. I'm going to take a set of tongs and go ahead and spread them into a single layer. And let them cook for about 2 minutes on this side. I'm going to raise the heat up just a little bit. And we'll watch for that 2-minute mark. 2 minutes have elapsed, and I'm going to go ahead and turn these guys over. And we're going to cook them on the other side for another 2 minutes. Alright, another 2 minutes has elapsed. Now I'm going to turn my stove up to about medium high or so. Add about a tablespoon of parsley and this secret ingredient, about 1.5 teaspoons of champagne vinegar. I'm going to cook this for about 15 to 20 seconds. Till the shrimp are cooked through. And I guess that's about 15 to 20 seconds. I'm done. Turn the fire off and serve immediately. Now how good does that look? Well, it's time to taste this concoction. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Oh my God. That was like heaven in my mouth. That is so good. Garlicky, fresh. And remember those 6 tablespoons of olive oil I was telling you about? Well, that's what this is for. A little bit of fresh sourdough bread. Dip it in there. Perfect. All right. Well, thanks for joining me again today. It's my pleasure having you on my show, and I'll see you around.